All right, well, of course, we have to talk about last week. So I just got back to California, landed in San Francisco. We have a horse show here in Woodside, and it's fun because I actually get to stay at home. Haven't been home in a long time, or home like where I grew up, and show at a facility that I used to stay with my horses at for many years. So that's going to be fun. But last week was Falsterbo, and Caracole was just unstoppable. Double clear in the Nations Cup, and then double clear, and we won the Grand Prix. She is just, what can you say? She's a perfect horse. She's amazing, and the way she takes on the sport, how unbelievably fast, how careful, powerful, scopy, everything. She's just inspiring to be around. So I guess let's just start with the first round. Okay, here we go. First fence. The first three fences kind of string you out, lots of galloping. And it's a winning round style Grand Prix, so they take back the top 25. So it's important to have a tight time so that you come back later in the jump off. Here we walked 7 or 8, but I'd been having more success being slower in the combinations, so I decided to do 8. And the double of verticals was quite, tight. And then you had to get your speed back and really go at this oxer so that the 6 to the water was not too long. For us, it was quite normal. And so then you had to add steady 6 after to a very delicate vertical. Then you had not so much time to come around to this triple combination. I think I did maybe 1, 2 less, but again, it worked out, so that's all right. 2 strides, 1 stride. Then a steady 6, and I wanted to be steadier by takeoff here. A little bit too horizontal of a jump, and you can see how tight that 4 was. It walked 3.5, so I knew that was coming. I just didn't get that 6 100% right. Nice gallop, really wide oxer, and then you wanted to get a nice flowing jump to this wall away from the back gate so that the 5 here was not too long, nice and fine here. And then in 8 strides, a lot of people did 9, some people 10, because a little bit of angle at that last vertical was not the right call. Okay. Great. I mean, we were quick, we were efficient, we had the fastest time, and why that was important, normally that doesn't really matter in a Grand Prix, is with the fastest time in a winning round, that meant we get to come back last in the jump off. So we get to see what everyone else did, we know how fast we have to go, and, you just have more information. So, great. As for the course, when we walked it, like I said, from fence 3 to 4A, we originally walked 7. And we watched some people go, and some more people did 8 than we were expecting. So then we said, okay, 7 or 8, depending how we jump fence 3. And I just had a feeling when I was in the air over fence 3 that the 8 would be a better call. The only other thing that I really need to think about and work on is that 6 after the triple combination. I wanted to make sure I was slowing down by the very end to that wavy plank. It was a wavy plank, you couldn't tell in the video angle. I want to be slowing down to help that 4 after. And I mean, I got the 6 done and that worked, but I didn't have it slowing down enough, so the 4 was still quite tough to get. We got it, and that's great, but if it was a more delicate, in another situation, maybe it wouldn't have worked. So I need to work on that as well. But Caracole was amazing. And so clear, going in the jump off, we go last. So we know exactly what we have to do. Let's see the jump off. Okay, here we go. Nice big canter, fence 1, because we really want to make sure that this 7 is done well so I can turn tightly after this oxer. If I get it wrong, then I don't turn as tight. Coming over to the left, tight turn. Keep flowing in this turn. Try to keep going, not anything too abrupt. Really nice. We had a pretty heavy rub there, hind toe on the vertical, but it stayed up. Quick back to this combination. Maybe 1 less, but okay. We did 6 here. There was a 5, but I felt like 6 was a better call. Then accelerate really hard around this turn. Do not slip. Get this, keep going, bending to the right. And then try to, I think I did 8 strides here, really going forward to this vertical and then run down this 11. I saw 10 in my eye, but it seemed a bit reckless. So just run down. Okay, I mean, what can I say? We knew what time we had to do. I didn't get to see the person before me go, but, I knew it was fast. And Caracole was so smooth, so quick, turned like lightning, and it was, you know, I feel like, I know there was more speed in there, but also at the same time, if you don't need to do it, why take the added risk? She was so good, so locked in. What's so amazing about her is at those speeds, she's so, you know, you feel like you're on rails. You know, a lot of times with a lot of horses, when you're going that speed, it gets to feel a little bit hectic, and the canter gets really, really strung out, and it gets kind of wobbly. You know, you kind of lose control. Where with her, she's just locked in the whole way and is so stable at speed. That's what makes her so fast. But yeah, she was amazing. Falsterbo, I went 2 years ago, and I loved the show. The Swedes love horse sports. They're a great crowd. And it's, you know, to win a Rolex Grand Prix is always a big deal. And now hopefully we can move on to one of the Rolex majors. That'd be the next step. But I'm so amazed with Caracole, the whole team at Pomponio, the U.S. team for selecting me for this Nations Cup show. Unbelievable.